That's the business right
Yeah, buddy. Sick machining right there. Damn.
Yeah, I saw those. I was like, dude, those are cool.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, guys, so this is Kyle from Union Speed Lab. He's going to be doing the sequential install in the E92 M3. So I brought all the components and the transmission and everything to him today to drop off so he can kind of take a look and start going over everything. And if he has any questions for Niesz Motorsport, we'll hit him up. But yeah, we're just going to kind of get his reaction to the build quality and see what he thinks about this kit from Niesz Motorsport. You excited to finally see this thing?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a minute, man. It's been like 8 months since we ordered this. It's the sequential.
Small.
Yeah, it is small, isn't it?
But it's supposed to be small.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking.
Those brackets over there.
That's why I'm thinking that it's going to save weight from the stock one.
Well, there's just a lot. It's a completely different type of engineering. So there's not. The gears aren't turning the same. They're all so much closer. It's a tighter package. Yeah. More like a watch.
Do you think this is going to save weight?
Yeah, it should. I mean, it's smaller in size. It looks like a similar housing to what I took out. You're not saving any weight there.
Because you've taken that my stock transmission out before, and it's pretty heavy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the weight isn't what you're.
No, I know. You know me. I'm just always.
I'm curious too. But it's a machined aluminum housing. I can see that. You get to see how much technology and effort was put into something like this, which is why the reason I love working on stuff like this. So Nick's driving style needed something different. This is our solution. So Tractive stands by their product, and so that's why we went with them. We're gonna pound it hard. And it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. I'm excited that Nick, took a little bit of a risk in the sense that these aren't cheap. I mean, of course not. But the point is that there's a risk because not a whole lot of people are doing this.
Yeah, especially on the E92 M3, I haven't really seen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So this particular combination of parts is gonna be great.
Yeah, it seems to work really well in Eric's car. He's the guy on Instagram, so this kit works really well in his car, so I'm hoping it's the same thing in my car.
One cool part, though, that I think people will get a kick out of is this part. This is their trans cross member.
That's it.
So they have a lot of pigeon toeing to do to get. This is the center yoke of your drive line. Bracket in general is custom to your car because this joins basically the two outside points of what would be the housing where the drive line goes through. This goes up underneath there. It's a cool part because as a manufacturer, knowing about manufacturing, this is a trick way to get to a part that's really complex geometry by using really simple tube shapes. In 3D, if you were to just take these pinpoints and connect them with pipe, that's a simple part, as opposed to creating geometry with a cast part, because the volume just isn't there to make this a cast part. So it's really tricked that they went that route. Clutch and flywheel, well, I could tell you what the weight difference is between their clutch and flywheel and a lightweight flywheel is.
Kyle's got his scale set up over here. So this is the stock clutch and the lightweight flywheel? Thing's heavy.
Yeah.
Whew.
Taking guesses. 47 pounds.
So that's
6.5 ounces.
So that's the stock clutch with a lightweight TTV flywheel. Weighs 47 pounds, you said?
47 pounds, 6.6 ounces. I think this weighs, I'm gonna go up a little bit, 22.5 pounds. 22.5 pounds, that's my guess.
And this is the new flywheel and clutch from TTV, provided by Niesz Motorsport. Woo! 22 pounds, look at that. He's right on.
So if you ever wonder if I know my weights on parts,
this guy knows
pretty good. I can get a good visual on it. 25 pounds.
Total pounds saved.
25 pounds saved.
Okay, but we got 25 pounds saved here. That's pretty dang cool.
That's dope. That's
saving weight.
awesome. Yeah, and this is a beautiful part.
There you go. You know me. It's worth the whole shebang now. Saving 25 pounds. Yeah, isn't that nice?
That's some fucking sick machining right there. Yeah. These little chamfers on the edge of this piece, that's machined in there, so that reflection.
Yeah,
that's some sick work right there.
So this might be a silly question, but in terms of how the drive shaft hooks up to this new one, this has to be the same length as the stock transmission, right?
Correct.
That's what this bell housing dictates, is the length.
Correct.
That's mostly just a little
Display
wiring.
screen. I want to do a piece of a carbon fiber mount for this.
Yeah, we got to figure out where to put it.
You know what I'm saying? Like a trim piece.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So that it sits inside of that. Because just having that in the open would be kind of silly. Ooh. Do you like the way it feels and the weight?
I like it.
Yeah?
I really do. He said that it's like a load cell sensing knob.
Well, there's probably a spring in here. Or this is built just like like a bike cable. If you could imagine, instead of it being a solid cable, it's just a sensor, and the sensor at the end of that can sense the amount of vertical or linear force. Force that's being pulled on something.
That makes sense.
So you can imagine that there's a spring that's attached to a tiny sensor in there. And if you unscrew that, it'll probably, there's some spring puck-looking thing in there. And then really all it would do, there's a couple ways you could do this, but it could sense the tension in that spring, which would make sense because you could dial in that number, and basically the amount of tension that's applied to whatever this is attaching to, the bottom of the assembly, would tell you exactly how much tension is through the gear. This is sick, dude. That's a nice part too. I like the weight of it. Here we are. Where all the business goes. Whew, I'm more attracted to these bushings. Hold on a second.
Yeah, those bushings are nice.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw those. I was like, dude, those are cool.
Yo. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. That's solid aluminum. I think this is like billet, T5, T6 aluminum. It's machined out of a solid piece of aluminum, and then they trap a bushing in there. Essentially what they're doing is they're trapping all the movement. They're making all the movement only come down to this basically exposed piece of that polyurethane.
That's the business right there.
Yeah, buddy. That's me shooting down all the other beamers out there, bro. That's sick, man.
Yeah, it's a nice piece. And it's interesting. It's like all these rods. So these rods like connect to the transmission,
There's going to be some fine tuning. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then like this down here, like.
This is great. Oh, this is awesome.
See how this connects?
Yeah, the shift linkage.
It's really.
It's sick. No, it's solid mount, so that's good. I get it. I already get it. I'm good. Great.
Yeah.
Smart.
Let's throw out.
And then this is a 3D printed centering tool.
For the clutch and the.
For the clutch and the flywheel. I have a piece of advice for them.
What's that?
Dip this in ABS bonder after they 3D print so that it stays as one piece. Because these things could break, and it would suck if this snapped in half in your transmission.
When you're setting it in there?
Yeah, because they 3D printed it on this axis, which means that all the fibers of the 3D print are going this way, and this is used to set the clutch.
Yeah.
You set that with this. It sits in the teeth. That's super cool and everything that they 3D printed their own because they didn't want to machine one, but it could break. But that's super cool. I mean, I love to see people using 3D printing as, a solution to their problems.
Yeah.
It's super sick.
Yeah, Niesz does some high-tech stuff, man.
I like this bracket. I love brackets. I'm a bracket kind of guy. That's a beautiful bracket.
All right, Kyle. So after taking a look at all of these components for the sequential kit, what do you think?
I'm impressed. I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited to do something innovative. And that's why I started this company, so that we can do innovative things. And I think that's exactly what this is. So, and your car's gonna be fast as shit. So we're gonna put down some lap times and put the proof down on the numbers, right?
That means it's on me, man. That means I gotta
Kinda.
drive good.
Kinda. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I'll do my job, then you got to do your job.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for this thing too.
Well, it's been like a year since I've even been out on track driving. I'm like slightly worried I'm gonna get out there. I mean, it's gonna take me a minute to get back to where I was.
I don't think so. I think you've been practicing a lot on the side-by-side and getting on a lot of different terrain. So I think you'll be very surprised that when the first time you're back in your car, how much an advantage and a comfort that you have after doing that type of practicing for a year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so, for sure.
I think it's going to be great. And to have something that marriages with your newfound confidence that you're going to have.
And my driving style.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I can just bang gears as hard as I want.
Yeah, feel comfortable in your own car.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Stick around because we're going to get this sequential installed. We'll take you guys through that process the best that we can. But this is going to be pretty cool, man. I'm excited for this E92 M3. I love that car, and now it's getting a sequential, which is pretty big stuff. You know, it's pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can see all these new videos that we got coming out. And we're out. We out. Peace.